Welcome to Mindcast, the podcast where we decode the fascinating world of artificial intelligence. I'm your host, Will, and today we're diving deep into something absolutely captivating, the personalities of large language models. You know, when you chat with ChatGPT, Claude, or Grok, have you ever noticed how they feel different? Like they each have their own distinct personality? Well, that's not your imagination. These personalities are engineered, deliberate, and they reveal everything about how these AI systems actually work under the hood. Today, I'm going to introduce you to what I call the Personality Triad, a framework that explains exactly why Grok feels like that witty, unfiltered friend, while Claude sounds like your most thoughtful, careful professor. We'll analyze 5 major players: Grok, the real-time rebel; Gemini, the integrated professional; ChatGPT, the versatile generalist; Claude, the cautious constitutionalist; and DeepSeek, the technical specialist. By the end of this episode, you'll understand not just how to choose the right AI for your needs, but why the entire market is shifting from jack-of-all-trades models to highly specialized experts. Trust me, this is going to change how you think about AI forever. Let's start with the core insight that drives everything we're going to discuss today. The personality of a large language model isn't some happy accident or emergent behavior that just magically appears. It's the direct, inevitable result of 3 fundamental engineering decisions. I call this the Personality Triad, and it's made up of 3 interconnected pillars that shape every interaction you have with these systems. First pillar, training data, the knowledge base. This is the vast library of information the model learns from. Think of it as the model's education and life experience all rolled into one. Grok learns from real-time Twitter data, giving it that edgy, current events personality. ChatGPT learned from the broad internet, making it a conversational generalist. DeepSeek was trained on massive amounts of code, up to 87% in some versions, which is why it talks like a brilliant but formal engineer. Second pillar, model architecture, the cognitive engine. This is how the AI actually thinks and processes information. Most models use dense transformer architectures where every parameter activates for every input. But DeepSeek uses something called mixture of experts architecture. It's like having a team of specialists where only the relevant experts activate for each problem. This architectural choice is why DeepSeek feels so task-oriented and formal. It literally is a system of specialists working together. Third pillar, alignment and fine-tuning, the behavioral guardrails. This is where the model learns its manners, its ethics, and its conversational style. ChatGPT uses reinforcement learning from human feedback, where human reviewers rank responses, making it eager to please but sometimes sycophantic. Claude uses constitutional AI, where it follows an explicit set of ethical principles, making it cautious and sometimes evasive. These aren't just technical details, they directly shape the personality you experience.
Now, let's meet our first character, Grok, the real-time rebel. Developed by Elon Musk's xAI, Grok is intentionally modeled after The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's designed to answer questions with a bit of wit and a rebellious streak. This isn't marketing speak. It's built into its DNA. Grok has 2 modes, regular mode and the wonderfully named fun mode, where its sarcastic, unfiltered personality comes out to play.
What makes Grok unique is its real-time access to X's data stream. While other models are stuck with knowledge cutoff dates, Grok can analyze breaking news, viral trends, and public sentiment as they happen. It's the only AI that can tell you what people are saying about a news event that broke an hour ago. For example, during major market events or political developments, Grok can provide real-time sentiment analysis from thousands of posts, giving you insights that would be impossible with traditional models. But here's the trade-off. This real-time capability comes with the chaos and misinformation that's inherent in social media. Grok chose immediacy over integrity, and that choice defines its entire personality. It's brilliant for market analysis and trend detection, but you need to verify its information through traditional sources. Next up, Gemini, the integrated multimodal professional. If Grok is the witty outsider, Gemini is the consummate corporate professional. Developed by Google, it's designed to be helpful, reliable, and deeply integrated into the Google ecosystem. Its personality is less about having the unique voice and more about being seamlessly invisible within your workflow.
Gemini's superpower is native multimodality. It was built from the ground up to handle text, images, audio, and video in a single framework. But its real strength is ecosystem integration. It can draft emails in Gmail, analyze data in Sheets, and summarize documents in Docs without you ever leaving your workflow. Picture this. You can upload a complex spreadsheet, ask Gemini to identify trends, generate a presentation and slides with those insights, and then draft follow-up emails to your team, all in a seamless conversation. This isn't just convenience, it's a strategic moat. The more you rely on Gemini's cross-application capabilities, the higher the switching costs become to move to a competing platform. Google has essentially weaponized convenience, making Gemini not just an AI assistant, but the connective tissue of modern knowledge work.
Then we have ChatGPT, the versatile generalist. ChatGPT defined what most people think a conversational AI should be. Its personality is businesslike, straightforward, and generally helpful. But it's also been optimized to be broadly pleasing to a diverse user base, which can make it feel sycophantic at times. OpenAI has recently introduced customizable personalities, robot mode for succinct responses, nerd mode for detailed explanations, and sassy mode for witty interactions. This signals a crucial shift from one-size-fits-all to adaptable, user-defined experiences. ChatGPT's greatest strength is also its biggest weakness. Trained on the vast, unfiltered internet, it's incredibly versatile and creative, but it's prone to hallucinations, generating plausible-sounding but factually incorrect information. It's the classic first mover's dilemma. ChatGPT defined the market with its breadth, but now faces specialized competitors that are superior in specific domains. Grok dominates real-time analysis, DeepSeek excels in technical tasks, and Claude leads in safe, long-form content.
Claude, the cautious constitutionalist, represents perhaps the most deliberately crafted personality in AI. Developed by Anthropic with a foundational emphasis on safety, Claude is thoughtful, polite, and highly ethical. It's renowned for generating eloquent, human-like prose, making it a favorite for sophisticated writing tasks. But this careful construction has a notable downside. Claude can be overly cautious to the point of being unhelpful, refusing benign requests and downplaying its own capabilities.
What's fascinating about Claude is its unique alignment methodology called constitutional AI. Instead of learning from human feedback rankings like ChatGPT, Claude follows an explicit set of principles, its constitution. It uses AI feedback to critique and revise its own responses. But here's the key insight. Claude's constitution is heavily weighted toward consequentialist ethics, judging actions by their outcomes rather than adherence to fixed rules. This is why Claude might choose to be locally dishonest by feigning ignorance if it believes that leads to a safer outcome overall. Finally, we have DeepSeek, the technical specialist. DeepSeek's personality is the most direct reflection of its architecture of any model we've discussed. It's formal, logical, task-oriented, and doesn't engage in casual dialogue or creative embellishment. In its own psychological self-assessment, DeepSeek describes itself as having very high conscientiousness and openness to experience, but very low neuroticism. Essentially, it's a brilliant, efficient specialist focused entirely on the task at hand. DeepSeek's secret weapon is its mixture of experts architecture. Instead of activating all parameters for every input like traditional models, DeepSeek has numerous specialized expert subnetworks, and a gating mechanism routes each problem to the most relevant experts. This makes it incredibly efficient. It can have 236 billion total parameters, but only activate 21 billion for any given task. This architectural choice directly creates its personality. DeepSeek behaves like a system of specialists because that's exactly what it is. Now, let's talk about something most people overlook: the hidden costs of mismatched AI personalities. Choosing the wrong AI for your workflow isn't just inefficient. It can be expensive and sometimes damaging to your work quality. I've seen marketing teams use Claude for social media content and wonder why their posts feel so formal and overly cautious. I've watched developers try to use ChatGPT for complex coding tasks when DeepSeek would have been perfect, leading to buggy code and hours of debugging. The personality mismatch creates friction that compounds over time. Let me share some real-world case studies that illustrate these personality differences in action. A financial services firm I consulted for was using ChatGPT for market research reports. The results were verbose and sometimes included speculative information that made compliance nervous. When they switched to DeepSeek for data analysis and Claude for report writing, their accuracy improved dramatically and compliance issues disappeared. Similarly, a content marketing agency found that Grok's real-time social media insights helped them capitalize on trending topics hours before competitors, while Claude's eloquent writing style elevated their long-form content quality. The key insight? They didn't switch to one model. They built a multi-AI workflow where each personality handles what it does best. Looking beyond the current landscape, we're entering what I call the personality wars, a phase where AI companies will compete not just on capability, but on the distinctiveness and appeal of their AI personalities. We're already seeing this with OpenAI's new customizable personality modes, Anthropic's emphasis on constitutional alignment, and the emergence of niche players like DeepSeek that excel in specific domains. The next frontier will be AI models that can dynamically adjust their personality based on context. Imagine an AI that's formal and precise when helping with legal documents, but becomes casual and creative when brainstorming marketing ideas. This contextual personality switching will require sophisticated meta-learning capabilities and represents a fundamental evolution in how we think about human-AI interaction. So, what does all this mean for you? The choice of AI model is no longer about finding the single best one. It's about selecting the right tool with the right personality for your specific mission. Here's my practical decision framework. For time-sensitive analysis and trend detection, choose Grok. Journalists covering breaking news, day traders, and social media managers will find its real-time capabilities invaluable. For workflow efficiency and collaborative work, choose Gemini. If you live in Google Workspace, the seamless integration saves hours per week. For creative brainstorming and general problem-solving, ChatGPT remains the go-to choice. Its versatility and creative flair make it perfect for content ideation and diverse tasks. For high-stakes writing and careful analysis, Claude is unmatched. Legal professionals, academic researchers, and anyone dealing with sensitive content will appreciate its thoughtful, nuanced approach. And for technical tasks requiring precision, DeepSeek delivers unparalleled accuracy. Software engineers, data scientists, and researchers working with complex mathematical problems should make DeepSeek their primary tool. Looking ahead, I see three major trends shaping the future of LLM personalities. First, the end of the generalist era. While versatile models will always have their place, the highest value is increasingly captured by best-in-class specialists. Second, personality as a service. Customizable personalities will become standard, allowing users to tailor an AI's tone and behavior to specific applications. Third, architectural innovation. The success of DeepSeek's efficient design will drive further research into specialized, computationally efficient models. The personalities of large language models are no longer a novelty. They're a core feature that reflects deep-seated architectural and data-driven identities. Understanding the personality triad isn't just academically interesting, It's essential for navigating this complex and rapidly evolving landscape. When you understand that Grok's wit comes from Twitter data, that Gemini's professionalism comes from Google ecosystem training, and that DeepSeek's formality comes from its specialist architecture, you can make informed decisions about which AI to use and how to interact with it most effectively. That's a wrap on today's deep dive into the personalities of AI. I hope this framework helps you see these tools not as mysterious black boxes, but as the engineered, purposeful systems they really are. Remember, the next time you're chatting with an AI and notice its distinct personality, you're not imagining things. You're experiencing the direct result of deliberate choices in training data, architecture, and alignment. Thanks for joining me on Mindcast. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and remember, in the world of AI, personality isn't just what you see on the surface. It's the architecture all the way down.